Speaker, all the opposition is saying that we should put the money into basic needs. And they are saying that we should give them the fishes and not teach them to fish. And from what the side opening government has said, that we are going to enact legislation, equal opportunities and access to education, and we are actually teaching them to fish, which is actually bringing developmental aid in the long run. And then moreover, they said that basic rights should be settled first. And we see that side opening government has already proved to us that this is not humanitarian aid. And we see that in status quo, humanitarian aid has actually settled all these problems of food, shelter and water. And Mr. Speaker, and they said that time will gradually come. And we see that our policy will hasten this developmental development to the nation. And I'll be using the example which side government, opening government has used, which is the United States of America. If they took 200 years and we are going to hasten this, I do not see why. And you have that burden to prove that it is wrong. And they said that the people, the women might not accept this help. But we look at India, where Grameen Bank, where so many women have actually taken up this loan by the Grameen Bank, they have actually broke out of this society, this society stigma of being looked down by men. So, okay, my point of extension will be that women are no less human beings, and we should all give them this right from our policy, and our policy will give them the education to provide to society, and that is my point. And women can provide equal knowledge of expertise, and we look at the example of Filipino President and Temasek CEO of Arroyo and Hojing. And when these women are going to provide where these women are going to provide this exposure to women in third world, and with the increasing of media exposure that and in status quo where women in India are actually taking up, where women in third world will actually be there, will then see the world in a different light, and they see that these women are actually are equal to where women are actually equal to men. And it actually leads to independence of women, Mr. Speaker, where women can gain independence. They do not have to be dependent to what side opposition has been saying, that they should be dependent on their husbands washing their clothes at home. And
point, sir.
Yes, sir.
Don't you think that this will be an added burden, because the basic needs such as education systems and such as infrastructures are not needed yet? The developmental funds are basically needed to be used for that stuff.
So hasn't I proved to you that we are teaching them to fish? We are actually bringing up that developmental aid by themselves. We are not going to give them fishes. We are going to teach them how to fish. And by having and this policy of having equal opportunities where women can actually go out to work and where they have access to education, I see that we are teaching them to fish, and they can eventually climb up the developmental ladder, which is exactly what our aim, developmental aid. Yes, ma'am.
We believe that yes, women are the wisest sex, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that why do you have to tie all foreign aids into women's rights, ladies and gentlemen? It's more important for infrastructure and development of the country.
Ma'am, all you have been saying is that basic rights like infrastructure. I have brought down the point where humanitarian aid in status quo has actually been solving this, and I do not see. They have been providing homes for the people, and we see that by giving women these rights, by giving them these rights, which exactly what our side opening gov has said, and that these women can actually can provide equal knowledge. We see that women are somehow the more superior sex in terms of knowledge, and we see that how during the 5 years of Temasek Holdings has increased in its capital market share, and we see that it is all because of the wise leadership of Ho Ching, and we do not see why we should deny the women the claim to the developmental aid, and all we have been saying is just that basic needs should be settled, and by humanitarian aid has actually settled these problems. Yes, sir.
Don't you think that a country that develops at a constant rate would steadily bring
Sir, we have already proved to you that it takes a long time. Like the United States of America. It only happened in the 20th century. And our policy will hasten it. We will enact legislation, we will provide equal opportunities and access to education. Let me give you another example of how it provides equal opportunities and it actually leads to access of education. If you say that people are too poor, we say that where their parents, their mom is able to go out to work, where they have a source of income, and they will be actually having access to education where they will bring up the developmental ladder, Mr. Speaker.
Sir,
yes, sir.
We believe by actually implementing our policy, we actually bring the development faster than actually going by our policy, sir.
You have no policy. You are just sticking with you are just saying that we should stick with status quo. That by what I'm saying, that status quo has actually solved your problems, and by what's solving basic needs first. But we have already said that humanitarian aid has actually solved it. Humanitarian aid has solved it. Okay, and basically my contention points of basic needs are being solved by humanitarian aid, and women are actually crying out for this aid. Like example in India, where women are actually the predominant people going up to the Grameen Bank to get loans to create their businesses, to climb up the developmental level ladder, and we see that my contention where women can provide equal expertise in terms of in the business world, the competitive business world, like how our Temasek CEO has done, Ho Ching has done so, and I do not see a reason why this policy should fall. Thank you.